Welcome back. We are here for Hearts of Wulin, the Numberless Secrets expansion, Gaze into Silken Night, Season 2, Episode 3. Whew. Okay, so a lot has happened in the last session. We are welcoming back Gullible Mu, but we are missing Jintong and Soup's players this this morning, and we will go ahead and continue onward with the investigation. Hopefully, if not, then we'll just see what the characters are doing otherwise. All right. So, if anybody has anything that they specifically remember from, excuse me, last session, or want to explain where their characters might have been last time, that's fine. If not, we'll jump right into play. But yeah, I'll just leave this opportunity for anyone to just kind of summarize what their character remembers.
I do remember as a player, I suppose my character remembers more. Um, Butting heads with Soup, almost challenging them to a duel, and trying Undaunted Zedong to, get on their nerves, but that didn't really work out either. And I interacted with the masked participants, Guo Butong, and that was quite creepy. Oh, and one more thing,
Mhm.
that's something I think it was Agatha. She established that there's like a connection between the masked guy and Cheng Rogang and Skycast Red, I believe, and they kind of want to bring the what's the name again? The Greenleaf Society back. They've got like
Yes.
a secret signal
Hmm.
going on.
Yep. Anything else?
I wasn't here last time, but I did watch the replay. That was great. A lot of fun scenes, and I love that the Greenleaf Society coming back. Uh, really brings a nice twist to it. Uh, yeah. So I imagine Gullible Mu has uh, yeah. I mean, he's probably more used to being out in the pasture. So maybe all these crowds of people, he needed a little break, and maybe that's where he was last time. So maybe just right outside. Is this a city or not a city, right? It's a town or
Oh, this is a this is a city.
it is a city. Okay.
Yeah, and this is where um an annual event where the Golden Pilgrim Heroes clan are hosting a magnificent martial tournament, which is specifically why Jade Starlight is here. Because I mean, like, as a historian, acknowledged one or not, I mean, like, regardless, this is like an annual event, an annual martial event. So of course, like, this has to be recorded. So all of the results, it's like, they would know about. And then also, it's like, events of this one, it's like, somebody being murdered, definitely a noteworthy event for sure. But I don't blame Gullible Move for wanting to kind of go out of town for a little bit to kind of, like, recharge and refresh. Because, yeah, I mean, like, there's a ton of people here, not just the competitors, but of course, like, lots of gamblers, because there's a betting parlor here, like a lot of people betting on the competitors, as well as, like, festival goers, because I mean, like, it's got that festival atmosphere for people that want to watch the tournament, like the obstacle course tournament, as well as folks that are, like, taking part in the betting, as well as taking part in just, like, again, like, vote for your favorite, competitor, da da da, whatever. Like, maybe there's like little face masks or like little emblems that are like, you know, um, denoting their favorite competitor, that sort of thing. So, really, like, a bunch of people here. So, I don't blame Gullible Moo for feeling the crush of the crowd, for sure. And anything specific from Pan?
All right. So as far as non-mystery related things, the biggest thing was having a minor conflict when Soup ran into Jintong and Jintong attempted to started to murder Soup, but in realizing it was Soup, it just from Haran's perspective, it looked like perhaps there was a little bit too intimate of a moment to be had in public. At which point, it was awkwardness occurred.
Wait, wait,
Uh,
wait, 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 wait. Pan
wait, that was
thought.
last session, was
Wait, Pan thought that Jintong was trying to murder Soup.
no. Jintong started to murder Soup,
No,
realized it
no,
was
wait, wait,
Soup.
wait. Whoa. Okay, hold on. No, okay, all right. So hold on. This is great.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay,
from a character perspective,
right.
if Pan Haoran thinks that Jin Tong was going to murder Soup,
No, no,
this is
no.
delicious. Only because it's like there's romantic tension there.
Right. No. I was like, if I was trying to finish with, if you let, like, trying to
Yeah,
finish
sorry.
it looked
Sorry about
from Haran's perspective, it just looked like that Jintong turned around and put their hand on Soup's chest from the perspective behind them. So from Haran's perspective, it just looks like there was an intimate moment that they ended up interrupting because they did cough when they saw that. But from the audience perspective, Jin Tong turned around surprised about the murder of Soup and then realized that Soup was Soup and not someone that needed to be murdered. So, but since Haran was behind that, it just looked like they stepped towards Soup and put a hand on their chest or something. So it's they suspect something that is there, but not by accident. So sorry, just to clarify that. And so that's why then Haran confronted Jintong on that, saying that they were not object if Soup had some sort of other relationship because they realized that theirs was a political one. Which point Jintong was super adamant, like maybe a little bit too adamant about saying that that is not the case, to the point that Howard still like this more firmly believes there's a relationship there, but now is pretending like they don't because it seemed to upset Juntong a lot. So now there's two people there's three, well, at least two people pretending like there's no feelings there, but for different reasons. One, and so they used that. Harang used that as an excuse to go somewhere and talk where they intended to murder Jintong, but in the moment when they struck, they saw something in them that reminded them of Li Ming, and then they noticed that they were poisoned, and they withdrew, hiding their dagger and stating like they did not need to kill them because the poison would take care of it, which was probably the biggest insult Jun Tong could have received. And it kind of like the scene kind of ended there without. It was like kind of this like and now in later events, and it jumped to the fight that took place afterwards. As far as the mystery is concerned, the only thing I think Haran did, Haran picked up, noticed that there was a poison when they got a sample of their blood on a uh, handkerchief or something, and suggested that Soup should seek a alchemist or something because they don't want to reveal their knowledge of poisons.
Nice. Very
And
cool.
so that is literally the only contribution Haoran has contributed to the mystery.
Actually, it's a very valuable one, to be honest. And it's like, he's pretty damn sneaky. It's like, oh no, I'm just your fiance. I have nothing else to do with anything. No, not at all. Love it. All right, great. Okay, so festival's going on, and young Mo Feng is still unfortunately dead. But again, tournament is still going on, and these things happen, according to folks. There are some in the gambling pool that are not happy about such things, of course. So there was some outcry, which, you know, some people might be quite disappointed, some might be angry about. Some, like the King and Pearls, may be looking rather worried about current state of affairs, and other folks may be just jubilant because it's like, less of a worry about who's in the competition. So yeah, we are in day two. Hold on, let me see. Day 2, day 3. No, he was killed in the second day of the tournament. So let's see, day 3. Let's see, we're in day 3 of the tournament. Okay. So right now, just as out of character review, we are looking at 4 clues that you have towards the mystery itself, and 3 facets that you need to associate the clues to. All right, and at least 1 clue has to be associated with each facet. Okay, when you come down to the theorize move at the end. But again, this is a complexity 6, so conceivably you could come up with a theory with half the amount of clues for the complexity, but that would just mean that you're rolling a negative on the complexity. So it's best to have at least the same amount of clues as the complexity to be able to roll with with no negatives. To be able to say that you have a fighting chance of solving this thing and resolving this thing. All right, so let's have at it. So who wants to go first? Who has an idea of what scenes they want to engage with either each other or with NPCs that are on the table or in the NPC tab that haven't been tapped yet?
I figure Jade would go first since they have the limit on time.
Thanks. I'd like to have a scene with Haoran. Just sorry. How do you pronounce your character's name? Haoran?
Haoran.
Haoran.
I actually, if you mouse over it, I actually put how to pronounce it there.
Haoran. Yeah. No, I see it. How. And maybe this could turn into comfort and support situation.
Okay.
Just catching up. What do you think? Where would I find you?
I'm trying to think of different locations.
I will give you some locations that you guys can hang out in. You have the fighting arena, of course. There's also the practice grounds. There's the host's pavilion, kitchen for feasts, because of course, all these people have to be fed. The private competitor dressing tents, although Jade Starlight might want to avoid because of the gaseous nature of Guo Tong's tent. The nearby abandoned temple and graveyard, as well as the betting parlor. And I'll even throw in, of course, because of the festival nature of this tournament, again, if you want to go to any of the nearby stalls for any kind of merchandise.
Yeah, I think maybe we're walking through the merchants area and having this conversation. because it's like one of those places where it's both private and not private because there's so much noise you wouldn't be able. It'd be hard for someone to
Oh, I like
listen in.
that.
Love it.
Mhm.
Okay, go for it, guys.
So,
So
how have you been? I haven't seen you in a while, and now you're engaged. How's that
yes,
going?
yes. Well, it it is complicated. I do want my family to be happy, but it is an engagement. I was hoping that I would learn something more about the man, and it seems he's avoiding me for whatever reason. And now I'm starting to question things, mostly because I've met a few of his friends, and you know, if your friends say things about you, and even if they don't tell you anything, it's that who you choose to be your friends, and it's concerning. But things are fine. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said any of that. How are you doing?
I'm fine, but just to um, I'd just like to say, um, we can definitely talk about this if this weighs heavily on your mind, and don't be afraid to speak out about this. I've met Soup, and I do have my own opinion about him, but I might understand your concerns. However, I don't want to influence you too much on this matter.
Oh, well, I I do trust your opinion, so if you have anything, I mean, clearly it's going to be difficult for me to learn about him from himself. The only time I've spent any amount of time with him was when he was working. And I think that was more because he didn't have a good reason to leave me behind. So if I can't learn about him from himself, um, I definitely would like to hear it from someone I consider a friend. I mean, I'll
And
hearts and minds it if
fair enough,
Jake.
yeah. You make. I think they hesitate.
Tell us how you really feel, Jade.
Okay, so I'll figure out what it would be. This would be I'm not even sure what it would be for me.
I mean, like, who's pressuring whom? That's what I want to know. I mean, like,
I think I'm pressuring Jay to because I think this is as passionate as Haoran gets. So I'm gonna say passionate, even though it wasn't very passionate. I think this is as passionate as
what are you trying to get Jade to do?
to reveal their opinion about
Oh,
leasing
okay,
Soup.
okay.
So let's see.
So you're rolling with fire?
I think so. I think that's the closest thing that makes sense to me.
Okay,
That is a 9.
okay. So with a 9, they may do what you wish, or instead, Jade can choose to alienate, hesitate, or overreact or reveal.
For PCs, it's
Oh,
down.
sorry, I keep on
Yeah,
missing that. Okay,
yeah.
sorry. You can also mark an element if they decline. So yes, Jade, you can choose to mark XP if you do as Pan asks, or if you don't, you mark an element, and you can spend a bond if you want to avoid it.
I mean, obviously it's a bit rude, but I do speak my mind, what I
Okay.
really think about that.
Okay, so mark XP if you're gonna speak your mind. Sorry.
Oh boy. I'm marking XP so I don't forget. And I think we we're walking, looking at the stalls, and there's the crowd passing by and other people. And then Jade stops and looks you right in the eyes and says, I'm a historian. I've checked the records, and there are few cases of people being that full of themselves. Like soup.
Uh, Part of me is like, do I accept that, or do I like say how, like do the whole, how we use like you ask someone an opinion, they give you opinions, like how dare you say that about that person? Like, but you asked me to tell you. No, I don't think I'm going to do that in this situation. I see. Well, thank you for telling me your honest opinion. This is a difficult situation. Having someone like you to be here to tell me what they honestly think, especially after I this whole day has been people not being honest with me. So hearing that from you I'm glad to have you as a friend, Jade.
Oh, do I make your life complicated?
Because it's a 9.
Yeah. Should I? Should I? So early? Should I? You're here at your elbow, Haoran. You hear?
Of course,
Oh
of
yes,
course.
we should all be honest this early in the mornings. You hear cracking bones, and then like a bowl of you know wine,
Wine.
thrust in between you two. Wine. The
Of
dulcet tones of Andante Jadong.
course. Excuse me, this is a private conversation.
Really? All these people? I don't see this being private at all. Can I butt in?
If I said no, would you go away? Or I don't think you will. So there's no point in questions you already know the answer to. What?
Nope. I'm full of answers. Do you have any questions for me? Looking pointedly at you, Jade.
And I think Jade will remain very calm and says, Haoran, my friend, I will handle this. And then they turn to Entente Zedong. And I'd like to use my historian move.
Okay, go ahead. Which is
So I mean I've met them last time, but
yes.
this is a reappearing thing.
Mm-hmm.
They interact and they've got the wine and stuff, and basically the move says you're part of a group dedicated to recording the stories of the Wulin world and updating rankings of members.
Mm-hmm.
When you meet new named members of Wulin society role, and obviously the way I perceive it, this person isn't really about like let's put it the other way. They are rather unorthodox in a way and
Mm-hmm.
eccentric, and they might not care too much about what people think about them. But maybe they've got like stories or something to record, and I'm gonna address them and say, you seem to be a rather particular individual. Maybe I should Note your adventures down because you apparently have seen a lot
I
and traveled a
have.
lot.
You just have to tell me what you want to know about, and I can give you all the stories you want, even the ones you probably even don't know. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with creativity because this is rather usually, I think, about who's the bravest, who's like, the best at martial arts or whatever.
Yep.
And this is like a different use of that move or that situation.
Yep.
So let's see. Oh boy. That is a 5. And I don't have enough points to bump it up.
Oh yeah.
It's also my
Yeah,
style
there goes
element.
all that upper support that you're playing.
So you do have an option. I have Face to Fate, which I rolled at the beginning of the story, and any player can
Oh,
use it.
Yep.
If you know.
I mean, if you don't mind,
It's up
because
to you.
let's see. Uh, I let's see, and yeah, I mean, I'd rather have like not the 6 minus with that person because then they would actively dislike me or ignore me, abuse me, whatever.
Yes.
And I think it's more interesting if one of us at least is kind of neutral terms or better terms. So I gladly take that. Thanks, Rod.
Yep.
And so it's a 7 to 9.
They reveal a secret about someone or something in the Wulin world. You may declare this or ask me.
Mhm.
So that is up to you. So you can either, if you
Oh,
want to put your
I
the
forgot.
thumb on the what's about.
I forgot something. What element were you using to do that?
Oh, I rolled with fire, so it's plus
So it's an
2.
11. So it's an
Thanks.
11 actually.
Thanks.
Oh wow. Okay.
Wasn't aware of that.
Okay. So what is it? On a 10 plus, they desperately want a good story of them told or have their rank adjusted. Or to have their rank adjusted. Okay. So then you would take +1 ongoing to hearts and minds against them as they work to impress you and curry your favor. Oh, wow.
I like that.
I like that too. Oh my gosh. Okay, so
And ongoing is like not just once, right?
not just forward, it is ongoing. So like,
Cool.
anytime you deal with Undaunted, you always get a +1 to hearts and minds. So, they're always going to be like, "Oh, you've got to tell stories about me because I know all these stories that can add to your recording,
Mm-hmm.
to the history of the martial world. Did you know?" And then, like, he can go off. I mean, the name of Undaunted Jadong has got to go down in the martial world as known for knowing all and any. Come on, we're buddies. Look, I'm supplying with you with all this wine. He's pointedly avoiding looking at you, Haoran, as he's trying
I'm
And
to.
I
trying to maintain a calm exterior while he's too close to me. I don't like him.
and I will not I will like wink to Haoran, letting you know that I'm going to deal with them.
I don't know if you want to wait to do the hearts and minds because I want to head over to
Yeah, let's go to Rod's character.
yeah, let's go over to Gullible Mu, see what Gullible Mu's doing at this moment, and then if you want to do a hearts and minds against Undaunted Zhedong at a later time, then we'll come back and then we'll also do something with Haoran and then see what Haoran wants to do. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. So Gullible Mu, as you're coming back into the city and then seeing all the hubbub again, like they're gearing up for another tournament round. Just as flavor. Okay. I think it's Emerald Sky Saint going up against Skycast Red today, or this morning at least, for the first round. Okay. there'll be other matches, of course, but I mean, like, of course, they're the ones that are taking center stage, literally, for the obstacle course. But what are you doing this morning, as the competitors are getting ready? Which means, like, the other competitors may be either in the practice rings, in the practice grounds, or they're in their own tents, or elsewhere. So,
Right.
who do you want to engage with this morning?
I think when we first see him, and we don't have to uh have a name for this NPC. It's just like some older monk that Gullible Mu is talking his ear off, telling him all his problems, and asking for advice.
Aww.
Um, and I think maybe when we see them, I'm actually reading one of the poems I've written. Um, uh, and I actually wrote something a few minutes ago.
Okay.
um, Bird song like a dirge, their notes are tears, falling as starlit pearls, flowing from the mountain of my loneliness, smoothing stones like glass in the river. And I kind of look over to him to see his reaction, and he's probably bored as hell. But I'll leave that up to you.
He just kind of looks a little confused and says, "Are you missing someone? This seems rather strange in this sea of people. Do you not have any friends that you can turn to
Oh,
in
I have
this?"
friends. Um, but ah, it feels like each friend comes with a responsibility. And maybe I'm trying to help too many people, except of course I'm not helping anyone because I'm talking to you. But that's because I want your advice. I am sure you know many truths and wisdoms.
If they are friends to you as well, let them help you in turn. That is my advice to you, young man.
Hmm. I think that makes sense.
But they need to know that you need help.
True. You have been a great help. I will go. I will go find them. Um,
Good
thank
day
you. And
to
I
you.
give him like a little whatever coin or something.
He smiles and waves and goes about his duties for the morning.
Okay. And I don't think I even know that Yang has been killed, but I hear maybe overhear people passing by
Hmm.
uh, now. But it sounds like people hated him, and this is a
Yeah.
personal matter.
Well, I mean, like, because it's like, they're like, what happened to you? Were you like in the woods? I mean, and like literally they don't know that you've been in the woods. It's like, yeah, he was killed yesterday. It's people have been have been going over his body. That great detective uh Zhang, Li Zhang has been reviewing the case, and well, the tournament's been going on as usual. I mean, like, of course, it's like bets have been getting higher and higher, of course. But
Oh, uh, I say, who knew a tournament of death could be so deadly? Um, I'm
and they
going
just look
to,
at you like,
yeah.
death is part of the deadly tournament?
Oh, yes, that's true. I thought that was just a flowery name. Uh, but I think in my head, I'm thinking already like, they mentioned the bets are getting higher. And I'm like, remember, I'm worried about the King of Pearls,
Mm-hmm.
who I'm trying to save. So, I will probably go to a betting parlor to look
Yep.
for him.
Yep. I mean, the betting parlor is on the edge of the fairgrounds, basically, of the
Okay.
tournament grounds. Hold on, I'm just writing down that this guy's deceased. I meant to find the X symbol that I usually put down on these things, but can't find it at the moment. But anyway, yeah, I mean, like the betting parlor is like, this nondescript set of buildings that don't have any kind of signage or whatever on them, but you see like a lot of people like frequenting them, like around them, going in and out of them and looking furtive, and not, disclosing what they're doing. Perhaps you do see a threadbare looking King and Pearls. He's looking a little bit more disheveled than usual, and looking a little worried. And he's making like he's not trying to go in, but he's considering it, this morning.
So I'm gonna go up to him, but one thing I forgot was I was actually trying to do a move earlier with the monk,
Okay.
and that was the proud youth.
Oh, okay. Sure.
And I forgot I had to roll. uh, so I would probably use uh, uh, I'll say Earth because I was trying to. Mm, no, I'll make an argument for wood. Um, the curiosity part
Sure.
of what to do.
Yeah. Okay.
Do, do, do. The 10.
Okay, great. Okay.
And so he did tell me what he thought. Um, oh, they reveal their own secret connection to the problem. Um, that's up to you if you want to do that. If you listen to the elder's advice, take +1 ongoing for the problem. Oh, cool.
Yes. So +1 ongoing. Secret connection to the problem. I mean, you did it in the form of a poem, and you're lonely. I mean, what what would you like? How would you distill your problem in this particular case? Like feeling responsible for your friends?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. So I'm going to say that anytime that you're dealing with, now is this specifically just with King and Pearls and, sorry, gotta look at the map again because I don't remember off the top.
There's River Glass
Riverglass and,
and Songbird Gin, peripherally.
okay. And King and Pearls. Okay. So anytime that you're dealing with those three, then you are specifically getting +1 towards their issue. But if they're helping you as well, hold on. Connection to the problem. That's going to be weird for the monk. I have to figure out how, if anything, they're going to be connected to those three people.
Oh, well, there was the white monk who was just with River Glass, as far as I thought. But
Yeah, but I think we established that he wasn't necessarily a monk, though.
true.
He wasn't
May I
truly a
also
monk.
put something out there?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, maybe it's someone in disguised as a monk,
Oh, nice.
like an already known NPC or
Interesting.
whatever works for you.
Okay. All right. Fair.
Yeah, that's cool because like I just told them all my problems, so they all know my story.
Whoops. I mean, he looked like an elder. It doesn't necessarily stand to reason that he is the elder. Like,
Sure.
I like it. I like it. Okay, I'll figure it out. Like, as we always do here, we improv. Okay, great. Yeah. So, in helping one of those people. But anyway, just so you know, like King and Pearls is hanging out here, like looking kind of desperate. So,
Right. Yeah, I run up to him. Uh, are 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 you hi. Hello, Your Majesty, I say. Because I think he's an actual king. Um, uh, what
what's a little majesty between friends? You can call me Pearl Mu.
Pearl Mu. Um, you. I'm glad I found you. I need to warn you.
What about what?
Uh, I know that you've been playing games of fortune, um, and that for a while you were winning. I think there is a cop investigating you.
What?
It's true. His name is Haoran, um, and I'll give him a description. Uh, so if you are doing anything that you shouldn't be doing, you must stop immediately.
Wait. You think there's You think he's investigating me? Why?
Who can
There's
who can?
there are so many others that are playing with chance, as you say. Why me? Why should I be the one singled out?
Who can understand the ways of the police? Um, I think. Uh, do you have any enemies that may have lied to them?
Do you play any games of chance, Moo?
Uh, I I do, but I don't bet money on them.
Well, sometimes. Sometimes, when dealing with chance, she's a bit of a harsh mistress, and sometimes you have to pay. And the payment comes due in strange forms.
Are you in trouble?
I might be, but I don't think it's from this person that you're talking about. It might be from others.
Oh, how can I help?
And he starts to laugh. Unless you can get me a fortune before the end of the tournament, then I don't think that's a possibility, my friend. But thank you.
Fortune. Uh, hmm. Oh, I have an idea. Um, why don't I? What if I? What if I enter the tournament and you bet on me?
You you enter the tournament. Do you have you fought before in a tournament like this?
No, but I will ask for a weak opponent.
I don't think that's how it works, Moo. I There are tiers. Yes, you can earn some money for each tier that you win, but they might kill you. And the even the hmm, even the payment for the loser is to bury you.
Oh, I'm sure they will not kill me. They have no reason to. Um, I don't have anyone. I don't have any enemies. But if they do it by tier, well, I'm just a beginner, so they will send another beginner, thinking that I'm weak. But I can fight. I've fought wolves off. I'm sure I can fight one person. I'm
So
glad you've suggested this.
move. No. And basically it's like the whimsical music comes on for the montage, and he slaps his head as in a smack my head emoji, and then we flip over to the commercial break as we take our 5-minute break.
Cool.
All right, so back in 5 minutes. Refresh your beverages. My God. All right, so we are back with Haoran. You know, you've got Undaunted Jadong, like, you know, about ready to spill some tea, whether it be on himself or on anything in the martial world or on possibly you.
Hmm.
You know, you can do something about that, or you can have some serious emotional turmoil. That is up to you.
Yep.
Inner conflict,
Yeah,
please.
definitely would be inner conflict. So
Yeah, so mark some XP first because you're rolling it on inner conflict.
okay.
Yep. And then roll on anything except your style element, please.
Metal's already marked, so I can't mark that. All right, so I guess I'll be rolling Earth to like not at least reveal the emotions
Okay.
because they're definitely there this time.
Okay.
Whoa, I rolled it. Wait, that's not right. What did I roll? Yeah, I rolled a 9.
Okay.
So, oh wait, let me make sure. I said Earth. Oh no, it's 10 because I have a +1. Sorry.
No problem. All right, great. So on a 10 plus, you managed to keep yourself together. Yay. All right. So, you know, he doesn't spill. Well, I mean, he's talking like, you know, a mile a minute, like, you know, chugging like this never-ending bowl of wine. I mean, could be magical. Who the hell knows? But I mean, he's also like, you know, offering up, you know, bowls of wine to Jade Starlight as well. But
Yeah, so I do think that in the scene, I probably will just try to like leave in anyway, but I'm using it as an excuse to say something to Jade about uh Zhang, to
okay.
say that you can't. I wouldn't trust most of what he says. I know, I know you know that better than I, but we are not friends, and anything he says about me or the worldly society, you should take with a grain of salt. And I will like, and so I'm pretty much still fleeing. I'm at least having a more controlled fleeing.
Nice.
And yeah, I will not to let you know. I mean, probably you're still kind of they are still talking, so I will not to you while you tell me that.
And try not to storm off. Just try to more casually excuse myself in a way that is appropriate
Okay.
while still fleeing.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, but you are in control. It's not like you are
Hmm.
like a hot mess of,
Right.
puddly mess of emotions. So that's good. All
Hmm.
right, you are the epitome of poise and grace. All
Hmm.
right. So where do you go as this epitome of poise and grace? Before we
I
head
mean,
over
I
to
imagine that since I am at this point trying to avoid Jin Tong, and I'm still trying to figure out more about Soup, that leaves me with only one other person to try to figure out, and that would be Gullible Mu.
okay.
So I think I may be following them because he seems super suspicious, but also I don't think I would have followed them out of the city. But
No, I
if
think
I
you
saw,
would have seen
uh,
probably Gullible Mu come back into the city, though.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. So whatever happened outside, don't know. But when they said, I imagined that I was following them after that, doing all the things that a cop would do by act, but not to be a cop, but more of to be like someone who's in a relationship with someone that may be a criminal based on their associations.
Oh no. I
So
mean, but
I was,
maybe like, when you come upon them, maybe you do hear the tag end of their conversation, like in this crowd. Maybe you do hear that Gullible Mu is planning on entering the tournament to go against like an easy opponent.
oh yeah, definitely. Then I will have to definitely go to talk to to Gullible Mu because this is the first conversation was so suspicious, and what he's doing now is even more suspicious. That I have to look into it, and I'm not. It's like, and I look into it by going directly to the source, as and like, who are you really? So, I think at some point after they're no longer they're alone and they're not talking to anyone, uh, Haoran will approach Gullible Mu.
When you do that, I think that like King of Pearls will like, kind of like their eyebrows raise and like, realize that your description matches what Gullible Mu said and surreptitiously blend into the crowd and then like disappear.
Like, Gullible Mu, do you mind if I join you?
Uh, you probably saw him like talking to the sheep that was following him, and the dog that
Mm-hmm.
was on top of the sheep. Um, and he was smiling, and then he sees you, and the smile just like drops. Uh, oh, and then he looks around because he knows the King of Pros was just here somewhere. But doesn't see him now, and he relaxes a little bit more. Um, Hi. Uh,
That's it.
I bow. um,
Sit down.
Haran. How
Oh,
are you
I
doing?
didn't realize. I'm I'm doing okay, well enough, I think. How about yourself? I heard that you're intending to join the tournament.
Uh, yes, I am. I'm sure it will be very interesting. Um,
Yes. I when you mentioned you're a shepherd last time, I was surprised that you'd have the money for the fee for entry.
um, oh, I'm sure I can work something out.
Oh, um if you're I will be honest, if you're intending to go to soup, most likely Li Jing I mean, if you're intending to ask Li Jing, it most likely would have been coming from my coffers. So if you need the entry fee, I'm more than happy to offer it to you. You can avoid
Uh,
any middleman you would have likely gone through.
if uh, if if a fee is needed, I would be grateful for any help, and I will pay you back, of course,
First,
after I win.
any yes, any friend of Li Jing, as I told you before, I'd be more than happy to assist you with that. But I would like to know more about you. Like, if I'm going to be giving my money to someone, I can't. You're. I will be completely blunt with you. You aren't a criminal, are you?
No, I'm not. Uh, he He pauses for a second. He says, but I should be blunt with you too then. Mm, uh, I know, I know your purpose here and that you're undercover. Um, but you have to, you have to give people second chances, um, and let them prove themselves, um, that they are not a criminal. Um, so, uh, do you do you see what I mean?
I think under the table, I start drawing a dagger. You,
I was gonna start calling for like comfort and support, but I don't think this is what it meant.
Oh, I was trying to comfort and support,
I know, me too. I was like, wait,
I
what?
know, I just under the table because they're like, oh no, if they know, then
Oh man.
you
Oh.
know why
Oh God.
you know why I'm here.
I will keep your secret though.
I'm betrothed to Li Jing. You mean?
Oh yes, of course. But I meant your other purpose. Um, you know, uh, the the uh the the criminal thing. But there's no crime happening. I can assure you.
It's like this is like I think it's inner conflict because it's just like they're just like stuck. Like, oh no, what did I like?
I feel like, yeah. I mean, like, I feel like Haoran is like inner conflict, but I also feel like Mu is comforting and supporting. Please.
Yeah, I think I think in this will it would be very weird. And I like the like I'm getting comfort and supported for something that I feel like I need comfort and support because I did not.
Let's do that. I don't care if it
Yeah.
is in the rules or not. This is what it feels like to me. Okay, so Haoran, roll inner conflict. Mu, please roll comfort and support.
I mean, depending on how Haoran's role goes, we can see if it works with the comforting.
Exactly.
Okay.
Please.
Let's see. What would I be using in this situation? I guess it's still Earth because I'm trying to.
Yes. So, and then like again, take heart because you're marking XP again. You're just advancing yourself.
Oh man, I was like, I'm the worst assassin. Everybody knows why I'm here.
That's okay. Soup was the detective that everybody knew. Like came from the Clove Skull. That's fine. Last time.
So that's an 8.
Okay, inner conflict on an 8. You must either flee the scene or mark an element choice to keep yourself steady. Considering like what you have, let's see if Mu can help you out with comforting and supporting. Brain. Okay. Yes, Mu, please roll comfort and support.
All right, I'm gonna.
You do have that bond. So hold on. Bond with someone. You can spend that bond to give them +1 to a roll before or after rolling, and so yes, therefore you could do that.
And my special power, I think I can use it to give a +2, get a +2.
Exactly. So go for it.
So, but yeah, I don't decide that till after.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm use fire. Try to talk with my emotions.
Okay.
An 11.
Beautiful. All right. So, on a hit, you lift them up. They may choose to gain a bond with you or clear a marked element. So, Haoran, I would suggest clearing marked like a marked element, please God. Or you can
Yeah.
And then
I will.
Yeah.
I will clear metal.
Yeah. And then Mu, you can additionally choose one of those things. Clear an element, ask a question they must answer, or gain a bond with them. That is up to you. What would you like?
I will ask a question.
Ooh, you must
Well,
answer.
I guess it's more a
But
request.
but just like the between, you can answer, but you don't have to answer in full, you know.
I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna gain a bond, but
Okay.
I'm gonna make a request, and you can decide what you want.
Mhm.
Uh, yeah, I will tell you that I think there is a criminal here that needs. I'll say I think there is someone who does deserve your attention here, though. Um, and that is Songbird June. Um, I I do not trust someone with hair so pretty. Um, but I think he is up to something. Um, and something worthy of your attention. Um, so that you can deal with it.
I think that I am going to be fleeing this scene after hearing that request and taking that request mildly as a threat that I of being having my secret revealed that if I don't
Amazing. This is so layered. It's like, what's that thing from Shrek? Onion layers.
I just have layers.
Jesus. Oh my god. Amazing. Jeez.
So
Well,
now I like move like I see Gullible Mu is like a misnomer. I've been outmaneuvered.
you've been
So
played.
I've been so thoroughly outmaneuvered by this man.
Oh my god.
Oh, I just realized that my name switched back when I
It's okay.
reconnected the Zoom.
It's fine. It's
Sorry.
fine. I just have a curious question for Haoran before, like, yeah, as you're fleeing.
Mhm.
Given this, as you're talking, as you're fleeing from Gullible Moo, what are your thoughts of soup now?
I was
There's
like,
pets.
I just, I mean, honest, legitly, at this point, I think Soup might be a criminal, and I'm like, oh no, he associates with assassins, and I guess information broker. He just seems to associate with so many. Double Mu seems to associate with so many people that questionable morals.
Yeah, yeah. And we close out of that scene as we head back to Jade Starlight and Songbird June. Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
Mm.
Where do we find
I,
you
uh,
now?
I think I'd rather. I okay. I know. There's
We
a
can do time jump.
murder.
It's whatever you want.
There's been a murder. We're here to investigate. But basically, I just want to date.
I know, it's fine. It's fine. Hey, I'm perfectly happy if you want to date and then you also want to find clues.
Yeah.
They don't have to be mutually exclusive. It's perfectly fine. It's okay. So,
So basically, and you have to decide whether I have to convince Ondon to Zedong with a role, or if it's just something added to the fiction.
okay.
I'd like to use Final Master
Okay.
to figure out a plan to get close to Cheng Ruo Gang.
Okay. Let's see. When you declare a plan, roll plus 10. Okay, hold 2. Da da da. Carrying out the plan. All right. So your okay, hold on, let me write this down. Final master. Declare plan. So your plan is to get close to Chang Rugang. All right. Go ahead and roll.
And I think I'll tell you very briefly what kind of plan is. I
Mm-hmm.
think I ask Undaunted Zedong to spy on her,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, this is like very maybe it's unethical, but maybe he'll or they will nick something, steal something, a minor thing, and then I will show up with that thing again,
Ooh.
like
Okay.
pretending I found it. Does this belong to you? Blah, blah.
Wow. Okay. To to basically effectively what's the word? To affect a meet cute for you.
Yes, exactly.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Well, all
So
right.
they know who or she knows who I am, has a good first impression,
Yeah. Good. All right.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong, right? Well, anyway, I mean, like, let's see what you roll first. What seems
I mean,
appropriate on this?
I think passion,
Yeah,
creativity.
I like it. Go for it. Give me a roll.
Hmm. At least it's a 7.
Okay. 7 to 9, hold 1. Okay.
Mm,
So when carrying out the plan, now you have. I'm gonna say I'm just gonna give you this for free, and then like when you carry out the plan, you can spend your hold to add +1 forward to the roll, clear an element, or have a vital item on hand. Okay, so vital item on hand or okay. So let's think on this.
what do you mean? Give it to me for free?
Do you want to like say the plan is to get close to Cheng Rogong, or is it to like affect the plan? Um, because it's like do you want to spend that hold on getting the vital item to affect the meet cute? Is that what we're doing? I'm just trying to understand like what the
I think so, because
okay.
otherwise it be just oh hi, and maybe that's the whole interaction. So
Got it.
let's say it can't be the sword, because that would
Oh
be
no,
like a really
she
big one,
she will
right?
not let that thing out of her sight for sure.
Yeah.
That is
Do
like
you have
practically
like
strapped to her.
a suggestion for another minor thing one could
Absolutely,
lose?
absolutely. So, I think that he has said to you, like observe. I mean, I think you were in the stands like as they were doing their match, like Cheng Rogong versus Radish, and like they were evenly matched and such. But I mean, she just seemed like that much more skilled, but she seemed to be holding back herself, maybe admiring like Radish's skill as well and such. But maybe as they were finishing up the match, like she was wearing certain robes and scarves, like as a ceremonial thing or whatever. And one of the scarves just did not get collected at the end because Undaunted Jadong happened to have it. He's
Hmm.
into collecting souvenirs. Yeah, whether they're supposed to be souvenirs or not. And he happened to give you, to gain your favor in giving him a favorable review in your history, for sure.
Right.
So your vital item that you have is Cheng's like this beautiful scarf thing
Hmm.
that has like embroidered well, you tell me what it looks like. Basically the whole thing is her wardrobe, as you can see from the picture, is like all in red, and it
Yeah.
has like embroidery in gold and rose thread. So
Hmm.
what do you see on this that could be distinctly like Cheng's um, uh, symbols, or you know to kind of like denote her? Looking at her, like what looks like it could be something that she would have on this very Cheng like um, scarf.
wondering. Wait. Um, I think a an animal associated with her. What do you guys think? What would be like something
A fox?
gracious, more or brave?
Mind you, she comes from the same, like, kind of country, rural type region that Gullible Mu does. He's the only one, Gullible Mu is the only one that has actually seen the sword out in the open.
Oh,
But she doesn't know.
interesting.
She doesn't know that.
I mean, maybe there's like a hairpin or something that she doesn't like. She would not have her hair done differently, so like a hairpin or something like that might change.
Let's say falcon.
Falcon?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Embroidered on that scarf.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
Oh.
Yeah. And then so basically it's like, you are able to take this scarf to her. She is on the practice grounds right now, preparing for the next match. She has her own specific kind of techniques that she practices with, and as always, that sword is still remaining in its scabbard. The only thing that you can see is the pommel of the guard and the nut, and unique in their own right because of the designs on them. Yeah. She has sweeping leaps. She has like low lunges. She has like also defensive and offensive points and piercings. But yeah.
What do you think would be like a vantage point to watch something elevated, like a rooftop or?
Yeah, there's sorry, there's like booths, like in some of the pavilions that Haoran has commanded in previous for some of the matches. So yeah, some of those host pavilions like are elevated. So yeah, you can get a good vantage point from some of those. They're empty above the practice arenas right now. But yeah, you could conceivably be on some of those staircases and then watch.
I do that, and once she's finished, like in the blink of an eye, I'm down because of my ability Storm Rider. I don't want to say teleport, but
yeah,
I can move quickly,
Oh, I can see it. I mean, I watched Ancient Detective.
Yeah.
I think that historian's really cute. Yeah. But oh, hello.
Sorry for interrupting you.
Oh no, I finished. And she proceeds to sling the scabbard on her back. Can I help you?
I did find an item that might belong to you.
Oh.
And they present a scarf to her.
Oh, this is lovely. I thank you. I was looking for this. This is actually from my village. My mother had made it for me. I thought I lost it.
Well, then I'm glad I was able to return it to you, and they hand it over and compliment on the craftsmanship of her mother,
This was years in the making. My mother said that she would observe these birds every year as they nested. and she would hold their memory and then stitch them until they came again. And then she finally completed it when I was ready to leave and compete. She never got to see me compete. Thank you for
I'm
finding
sorry
this.
to hear that.
It's all right. I'm sorry. I'm Cheng Rogong. You are?
Jade Starlight, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Have you had a meal yet? I need to break my fast. Do you want to get some tea?
Of course. I'd love to get something to eat as well.
So you can do several things here if you want. You can study. You can, I don't know, like hearts and minds. You can do, different things. But yeah.
I think study would be appropriate, and maybe it's while we're sitting at a table
Sure.
already,
Okay.
getting tea, getting something to eat.
Okay, great. All right. So with study, tell me.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
If you try to impress her, you can clear an element as one of the possibilities.
Oh.
If you succeed, yeah.
Yeah, who cares about the mystery?
I know. You kind of like there's a mystery going on in the background, but who cares? It's all right. You guys are great. That's just kind of ending. It's fine. That's all right. That's okay.
Okay.
We
Yeah, I
do
like
want to
that.
use all the moves. I mean, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Rod.
Thanks, Rod.
All the moves except for the mystery moves. You don't want to use those at effort.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, and I think it's still it's at the table. We're having food brought to us, and there's like let's say a dish from her region. Something you don't get that often. And since I'm a historian, I'd like to, and depending on the role, I'm successful or not, I'd like to know how to handle this. Maybe it's something more complex, and you have to remove a part of an animal, or have to, eat it in a certain order,
Yeah.
or combine certain flavors.
Maybe it's like a special kind of hot pot or something like that from her region. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. All right. Cross your fingers and roll.
Okay, let's see. I think I'd only have like two options, either fire or metal. And I think I'll go with metal, even if that's worse, but that feels more appropriate because I realize, okay, she's not from this region. This is something you don't usually get. Okay, I have to remember what I've read about this like ages ago.
Yeah.
So that's a 7.
Okay. All right. So on a hit, you impress and convince. You pick two options, but I will on a 7 to 9. I offer you a complication or a hard choice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Perfect.
If you're engaging somebody specific, hearts and minds. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
So I get to pick 2, right?
You pick 2. Yeah.
I think I'll clear a marked element
Great.
and create a bond with her as well.
Perfect. Okay, go ahead.
And I'm gonna clear Earth,
Okay.
since it's a hot pot.
Okay.
Maybe there's some roots and earthy flavors involved, you know.
Maybe there's something. Do you figure yourself like a little bit more like, sophisticated than that? Like maybe there's some things in this particular hot pot that she enjoys that you're like, "Oh my God, no." Because she's like, from more like rural background than you maybe. I mean, I'm just asking because I'm gonna
Could
bring up
be.
something for a complication that you
I mean, I
maybe
like that.
you.
I like that. So
I mean, Moo's probably fine with it, because it's like, he's from the same background, but she's like,
yeah.
the cook understands. They've brought this to me like every morning that I've been here.
Mm-hmm.
They're luckily from the same region, and it's
Mm-hmm.
delicious. And it's like this soup that looks like it's full of dirt, and like root vegetables that like they literally dug it up this morning. That's what it looks like. And it just has this really earthy smell that you're like, really? People eat this stuff? And you have to take a bite in front of her. You have to take like a sip and a bite in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, she's going to be like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
That's not the complication or hard choice yet. But I mean, I'm just like wondering what
Yeah,
you're
I
doing.
like the image. I like the image, definitely.
Yeah, because like she's enthusiastically like like eating into these hard root vegetables and everything, and then she's slurping the soup like just show like with enjoyment and gusto, but she's watching you over her bowl like as she's doing this. It's like it's good, yeah.
It's something I don't usually have. I have to admit.
And then
It's something special.
yeah, when I had met up with Soup back at the Sun School, it was interesting. He gave me some strange history about the root vegetable that's in this particular stew, which I didn't even know about, which I thought was very funny. And she starts like going off about this story about like knowing Soup, and then like the story about the recipe and everything, and then just enjoying the slurping and then the chewing of this root vegetable and everything like that. And so she's talking a lot about Soup during this conversation.
Mm-hmm. So maybe I get the impression that they're into soup.
Yes.
The character.
Yes. But she's into this stew as well.
Mm.
So, what do you think about that?
I really have to hold it together.
I don't remember. Is this an inner conflict roll?
I'm afraid, yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No worries, no
You
worries.
just cleared an element. I'm so sorry.
No, the only thing on my mind is that I'm taking up a lot of screen time, but on the other hand, I think I'll, I hope it's all right.
No, well, I mean, anyway,
It's fine. Yeah,
You're fine.
enjoy.
we're enjoying the embarrassment. No, I'm kidding. Just sorry. Don't forget to mark XP. Oh shit.
We did say we're going to front load you, so
yeah, thank you. Thanks. Okay, I'm gonna add 1 XP and basically Jade Starlight is trying hard to pretend to enjoy the meal because it's really unusual and maybe they haven't figured out how to deal with the mud portions involved and if
What did
that's
you-
something you actually should eat or not.
What did you get?
I have not rolled yet, and I will roll with, I think, Earth, because I've just unmarked it, and I have to be cautious now how to react.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a 10.
Okay, good. Sorry, you keep it together. I was gonna give you an interesting complication if you missed. So go ahead. Tell me how you keep it together. Hearing about soup and also like drinking and imbibing this strange stew.
Yeah. Um,
And what is it about her that keeps you at this table? I'm just curious.
I think
Even through all of this, that's what I'm curious about.
I listened to her talking about the person I have some issues with,
Mm-hmm.
and um, I really try to focus on the task at hand, which is dealing with this rather unusual food, and that keeps me grounded because I say, okay, in my head, it's okay to be angry. It's okay, it's just a feeling that will go away. um,
God.
um, and maybe then I look at her and see how she's watching me eat that, and then I take a break and said, "It's delicious." Um,
I'm so glad you like it. Not many people can eat this. I mean, it's really something that it's a it's something so it's something only people from our region can appreciate, and you don't get it anywhere else. It just reminds me of who I am and where I came from, and it just reminds me of home. Do you have any place that reminds you of home?
you know, I I travel a lot, and maybe I have to think about that as well. There, there's a graveyard around, and I recently went there and paid my respects to someone I used to know because that reminded me of home.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Maybe if you excuse me, I um, will go there now to meditate a bit.
Of course. And if if I hope you'll stay and watch more of the tournament.
Oh, of course I will. I'm here to record it.
Of course. Of course. I hope to see you again. Jade.
So do I. Um, and they stand up and excuse themselves. And maybe we see the waiter bringing more of that food they can't really stomach. So that's also a way to get out of the situation.
Sure. No problem. Like it. All right. So we close out of that particular scene.
Yep.
Yep. Cool.
Cool.
Alrighty. So then we go back to Halrin and Gullible Mu. Oh man. Yeah, so Yeah, Mu, you were comforting and supporting. Haoran, you were interconflicting and stuff, and getting away from each other. So, what would you two like to do as we close out of this particular part of the day?
You're muted, but you also
Now that
suggested a break.
I'm being blackmailed by a second person in my mind,
You think you're being black, but you don't know. Oh my God!
he specifically said,
Oh my
I
God!
know what you're here for, but I believe in second chances. You know who I think you should look into? Blah. I was like, oh shit. Gullible Mu has manipulated me into a corner.
God.
So now I'm taking on the second person I'm being blackmailed by. I think I'm going to be looking into Songbird June per the blackmail instructions.
Oh, like if you have to, whenever you have to leave, Michael, it's like, you can go ahead and put like, any stars and wishes that you want into the Discord chat, and like
I
we'll read it
will.
out for the recording. That would be great.
Yeah, I think now it's
Yep.
a good time. So thanks
Okay.
everyone.
No,
See you.
thank you.
Bye.
All
Take
right,
care.
see ya.
Bye.
Yeah, but let's get you two wrapped up. Where do you want to go if you want to finish up somehow in this particular part of the day?
Well, I'm gonna at least pretend like I'm taking part in the investigation, even if Haoran isn't necessarily intentionally doing it. So they're
Okay.
going to be studying Songbird Jun as was requested.
Okay. All right. So I think, let's see. Hold on. I think Songbird June. He was eliminated in the first round last year, but I mean, like, I think this year he's acting as like as the resident herbalist alchemist to help other people out. Like kind of like giving them liniment and like other like painkillers, maybe like potions and such. And he's been here like kind of like helping out as one of the healers. So he's not here in a fighting capacity or a competition capacity. That's what I meant to say. But he's here like to be part of like the medical team, basically.
Mhm.
Yep.
But he does. I don't think anybody really knows, but he does hate Cheng Rugong. Okay.
Yeah, and this was kind of a person that I was leaning towards when I was trying to subtly suggest Soup should probably look into the poison in the blood. He's like,
Yeah.
you should see an alchemist, and this is literally the person I was trying to subtly suggest without being obvious. So this turns out to be a good situation for like I was just kind of what I needed to do anyway. So
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So I think I think Songbird Jun has set up a tent. Of course, just like a lot of the merchants, like like have set up like a tent stall, that sort of thing, for like near the competitors' tents, private tents, to be available for their services. So, do you actually go talk to them, directly, or do you try to like sneak around and be stealthy about it? What is your plan?
I think my plan is to investigate them from afar at first, and if I can't figure anything out, then be more interactive with them, or if I see something that might lead to me needing to ask a question. Like right now, I don't have a reason to talk to them.
Okay. All right.
And so I'm mostly looking for any information and possibly an opening for me having a reason to talk to them. Because if I walk up to them like, I found this, I think there's poison in the blood of such and such who was killed. It's just like it would look kind of weird for Haran to broach that. But so I think right now a little bit stealthy and a little like just trying to
Okay.
collect information.
Pick your appropriate element and roll study, please.
All right. The foolish part of me would use my fighting style. Yep, that's what I'm using because that's surely nothing will go wrong here. All right, so let's see. Oh, I can add a modifier. I'm just rolling and adding it. So that's a 9. So let me go to study. Study. On a 7 to 9, gain 1 hold or gain 2 hold if you take a cost. Alter, alienate someone, cause a misunderstanding, reveal a secret, endanger an NPC, etc.
Yeah. You can only get a clue if you gain 2 hold.
I think I would have caused a misunderstanding because I'm not a detective, so
Okay,
it's like this is not my skill set I'm acting in, so I think I will cause a misunderstanding to gain a clue, maybe.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Well, what kind of misunderstanding are you causing? Is it with Songbird Jun himself or with somebody else?
That's a good question.
Because I'm happy to cause you problems.
What would be the worst thing here? I mean, I think the worst thing would be for like Haoran to be out somewhere watching Songbird June when someone else shows up and has a misunderstanding as to why I am like hovering around the periphery staring at.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But I can give you your clue first.
Yes.
I can give you your clue
Okay.
first as you're trying to do this.
It's like I already just like a whole list of bad people
Think
for
on
it to be just went through my head.
think on who you think is going to misunderstand why you're there while I find a clue to give you. Okay.
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 Oh no, I know who the worst case scenario is. That it's Radish, I think.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on a second. Let me get your clue. Give me a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on a second. I think that's exciting, but I mean,
Okay.
let me give you a clue. Jesus. Oh man, because this is great. Do you think, just out of curiosity, Haoran, with your ties to the Water Lily Society, do you think you know things about coded messages?
Probably because it's like I don't think the water lilies openly associate with Red Lantern, but they are providing a lot of the herbs and
Okay.
a lot of the medical herbs and poisons.
Okay. Because I think
So,
that, as you're searching around, like, surreptitiously around Songbird Jun's place, I think you're finding a coded message that, because of the way you look at things, you're always looking to see, find the messages in weird places anyway. So you're like, oh, that's interesting. Like, you find a coded message. Hold on. Why can't I spell? Demanding a meeting with Songbird Jun around his place. All right.
oh, that's great.
Yeah. So you find the coded message demanding a meeting, and as you find that, who comes up upon you?
Worst case scenario is for Li Ming to be the person that shows up, but I could make an argument. I guess what we've seen Undaunted Zedong already, so yeah, I think Li Ming being the person, because that is the last person that I want to have a misunderstanding with. So therefore, that is the perfect person to have a misunderstanding with.
So you, as you're finding the message, like, and you're like recognizing it for what it is, you're getting your face up and close and personal with it. It's like, you hear her voice, like, behind you saying, "What are you doing over there?" As I cut over to Gullible Mu. Gullible Mu, what are you doing?
So I think, yeah, I kind of watch Haran, leave, and I'm like, oh, I hope I didn't make them think that they were doing a bad job. Um, but no, I'm sure he's used to unexpected things. Um, and I turn to my dog, and you must, you're right. You must always expect the unexpected, and I do a little bow. And then I turn around and I run face smack into River Glass. And I'm like,
There you are. Where have you been? Did
uh,
you hear? I mean, last year's winner dead, and everybody's in a flurry. I mean, we're still competing. My match comes in later today. Are you going to be here to watch?
oh, of course, yes. Um, uh, I'm going to be joining as well.
Wait, what?
Uh,
What?
it's good to see you. I give him a hug,
Y-
completely
y-
out of order.
I mean, like, and right, and like, he's so shocked. He's like, kind of like giving you that, like, that strange, like, like hesitant pat, and then he gives you a big hug, and he's like,
Yeah.
and then he's like holding you by both shoulders, on like with both hands. He's like, what do you mean you're competing?
Uh, yes, it'll be my first time. I'm sure it will go okay.
Ooh,
What?
this is a tournament of death. The possibility of death is a high.
I I won't kill anyone.
Love. And he clasps you under your chin. That doesn't mean that they're gonna stop from trying to kill you, even accidentally. You know that, right?
I'm sure it will be fine. Uh,
Will it? I,
I will
I
practice
can't
before the
let you do
fight.
this. How, oh my god. Wait, you. Who's backing you? You have to be able to afford the entry fee.
Uh, can I borrow some money?
What?
Uh, I
Wait,
mean,
wait.
uh, Howard, uh, I don't know if you know him, but he promised to help with the entry fee, but then he ran away. Uh, I have a few coins, so I might not need it, but uh,
Wait. The person who's engaged to Soup is backing you to enter the tournament?
mhm.
Does Soup know you're going into the tournament?
I have not seen Soup all day,
Uh,
but I'm sure he would be supportive. And I'm gonna take my staff. I'm just gonna plant it, and I'm just gonna do a few moves to say, hey, I can fight. Uh,
uh-huh. Okay. So just for funsies, let's do this.
sure.
Let's do.
You can make it impress
Yeah,
sometime.
let's do an.
If you
I want to
want.
see. I want to see you do an impress. Okay, let me see. Let's see you impress like River Glass.
All right. And whoever's watching.
Yeah, let's see
Impress is
this.
actually for a crowd. I didn't realize that
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, mainly fiberglass. And I guess I'll be using my fighting element.
Okay.
Uh oh, 6. I will definitely use a bond.
Use a bond, please. Okay. 7 to 9. GM will offer you a complication or a hard choice. Oh man. Oh, these
Um,
public gatherings. Oh god.
I know that King of Pearls is depending on me. So I am going to use my bond with them to get an 8.
Okay.
And I have a great idea for a complication.
Go
Uh,
ahead.
I'll I'll say it at the end, if it's
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Pick which two options do you want to pick?
I want to create a bond with I want to create 2 bonds with Riverglass.
Oh,
I want to
okay.
stack it up.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. I mean, like, and then, like, I think, in creating the two bonds, I think, he just kind of smiles at you and beams and just goes, "You've improved since the last time I saw you. What
Oh,
happened?"
you were you weren't there when I had to fight my father. Um,
That's true. I'm so sorry I left you
no,
to do that alone.
no, no. It's water that has flown past. Um, uh, can you help me? Can you help me find the place where I need to sign up?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, they won't believe this back home, will they? Wow.
Uh, so, are you, I hope you don't mind me asking, but are you still with the White Monk?
Ooh. Hmm. Ooh. Is this like engaging hearts and minds and shit?
Oh, yeah, yeah. And what I'm trying to do is to try to convince him that the White Monk is not good for him.
You gonna
All
roll?
right, I will roll with I will roll with fire.
Okay.
11. Woohoo!
They bow to your words and do what you want. So,
Is he even with the White Monk still? Or was he ever with the White Monk? Because that could have been the whole misunderstanding.
we had a partnership. I mean, he he and I were partners in a martial venture. I don't really need to give you any details because his half of the business is not something that I'm not at liberty to say. And in a sense, we're doing the same thing here. He's the one backing me for being in the tournament. That's why I'm here in the tournament. So, in a sense, then yes, I am with him, but I'm not with him as you think, or maybe I think you think. Is that what you think? And he's like locking arms with you, and it's like, is that what you think? Really?
I thought I saw.
No. I thought that you were with Morningstorm.
I said that because she needed help, but I went to
You
tell
are
you that.
so helpful. You are incredibly helpful to people.
Uh,
When are you going to help yourself?
so I hold him closer. Then I say, I I think I just did. Um, and and I'm sorry, I should have said something. I won't mention the White Monk. I won't mention Jin Tong, who I don't think approves of us, but I haven't seen her in forever.
Probably not, but she doesn't approve of a lot of things. It's okay. It's okay.
You're right. We shouldn't let anything get in our way if that's what we want, right?
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Come on.
And
Let's get you signed up for this tournament. Is this something that you really want to do? I'm serious.
Yes, I've made a commitment. Uh,
To
and
who?
I think this is the
To
perfect time
who?
for
Moo.
uh
Moo.
um
Moo.
the King of Pearls. He's in a lot of trouble. Um,
Why? Moo.
I know.
Do you owe him money? Does he owe you money? What is going on?
No, he owes someone money, but he needs to pay them back, and he's gonna bet on me. And if I win, he'll he'll be he'll be in the clear. I mean,
And
no
if
one's
he's
gonna.
not, and if you don't win, and if you're dead, then what?
Oh, you saw me fighting. I'm sure I will defeat any foe. And I think this is a perfect time for when we get to the sign up. The guy says, "Oh, good. Normally we wouldn't let someone come here, enter so late. But you have the fee, which River Glass gives over. Uh, but there's been a recent cancellation." And then he puts up the sign, my name, and I'm fighting River Glass.
Exactly. I was gonna
Oh, we're
say.
gonna say
Yes,
it.
we're on the same page. Yes, yes. And
Awesome.
we end the episode as like we're both looking at each other, like Riverglass and Gullible Mu are looking at each other like in horror, in complete and utter horror, looking at the sign-in sheet. Perfect, perfect. Oh my god. All right, fabulous. End of session. Hold on. So, if you have engaged in any of your entanglements whatsoever, you are going to add XP accordingly, okay? So significant engagement in your in one of the entanglements, 2 XP, and just a little bit, then just 1 XP, and if none engagement, I can't speak. No engagement in your entanglement at all, then of course no XP. Blah blah blah. Okay? Okay, and I forgot to say again at the beginning of the session, it's like if you need to change your entanglements, do so. Revise as many entanglements as seems appropriate. Should remember this. It's like, always forget, because that happens in the beginning of the session. But, yeah. I'm more always concerned about it. It's like, okay, what scenes do you guys want? So.
Okay.
But think on it for next time. So, like, at the beginning of next session, just try and remember, like, what, if any changes need to be made to your entanglements, just kind of try to make them before the session begins. Okay? So, stars and wishes. Holy crap-a-doodle-doo. Even though my one wish wasn't necessarily fulfilled very much this session, which was,
I was
there's a
about
mystery,
to.
folks. I know. This is good.
Yeah,
This is fine.
I was right about to, because I was going to set up the most, like, after getting that clue, like next session for certain, I am going to be using my move that you just gave me a license to use, which has his name is Nobody. When you deliberately head off alone into a dangerous situation. Because I was just like, oh, now that I have this secret code that says I should go to Songbird Jonn's house, it's like, of course I'm going to head off alone and be probably captured or whatever. And it was like, yeah, let's just get myself caught up in this whole mystery.
Oh, well, okay, so just like in any Car from Brindlewood game, right? I mean, like, when you theorize, the clues can be contextualized accordingly to however the facets go, right? So, coded message demanding a meeting, that could be towards anyone, like, depending on how your theory works, right? But, I mean, like, in that instance, it could be like, I was thinking it meant for you find a coded message towards Songbird June demanding a meeting with him, right? So, I mean, like, again, but if you want to, like, in the theorize, if you wanted, like, a coded message towards Haoran, you could totally do that too. But just want to mention that, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that my move specifically is for my character to go off on alone and get into trouble. It's basically the danger-prone Daphne move.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So I effectively walk myself into a trap.
It's a trap. There you go. All right, great.
And so it's like the best move ever. I was like, it is like, that's how Daphne finds Clue. She just
Oh my
runs
God.
into them face first
All
by
right.
accident.
Got it. Okay. All right. That makes sense.
So, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Well, anyway, stars to the session for everybody just like, so immersed in their own BS that I was engaged, but yet I was also crying inside because I'm like, come on, where's the clues? Anyway, it's fine.
I
It's
got
all
a
good.
clue.
I know you got
so
one clue.
happy.
It's all good. It's like, we got a clue. Yay. We got at least one clue. Woo. No, it's all good. It's all good. I do enjoy myself. I mean, like, for everything that happens, like when you guys engage with each other and with the NPCs, it's always a fun time. So, I mean, like, I really don't have any complaints. As Star 2, just all the layers. I mean, when Mu and Haoran were interacting, I was just like, this is like just a study in and I don't mean the study move. This is a study in layers. Like everybody like just feeling like they're playing 4D chess with Mu, and Mu's just like, no, I know, like, I know that you think you know, and I know that you know, and I'm like, whoa, even my brain's broken. It was great. I just loved it. I mean, it was just so fun. I mean, and then Jade Starlight just being like, I just want to date. Oh my God. So much fun. I love these characters so much. And I'm just gonna.
I just came here to meet people, and
Right.
like,
I just came here to meet people, and I'm just gonna read off like Michael's like stars and wishes and such. While I have him on the recording. So Michael's stars, Mu's poem. That's definite. I do not trust someone with hair so pretty. Mu about Songbird June. The interaction between Haoran and Mu. The misunderstanding. Yep. The meet cute with Cheng Rugong and eating that special dish. The Mu and the King of Pearls. You can call me Pearl Mu. Okay, Pearl Mu. Haoran and Jade talking about the engagement and soup. Yes, these are great stars. And then Michael's wishes, not for the next session since he won't be there on November 2nd, but the one after. Interacting with my general entanglement, Mu and Songbird June. And my new entanglement, I'm in love. Okay, so Jade Starlight's in love with Cheng Rugong, but I'm afraid she loves soup. That seems to work. That could work. That could work. Oh my God. Amazing. Okay. So that's what Michael's got. Somebody go next.
I'll go next. It's definitely the session. This was a fun session. I know you're like at skeleton crew levels, but yeah, it was really good. I liked a lot of the stuff Michael already mentioned with Gullible Mu's interaction with River with River Glass. It's like I'll call. Oh man, the whole thing was great up and all the way up to going to sign up for the tournament and realizing they were fighting each other. I was just like, that's how it had to be. It had to be. I was like, yes, okay. So I love that. Um, getting a chance for Haoran to effectively like dump all of their emotional baggage on dump all their emotional baggage on Jade, and then immediately say, let's ignore all of that, and then having their comfort and support interrupted by Undaunted, who super don't like him, super don't even. He perfect timing for their arrival, and just like, I can't. Oh, it's like, and then having Jade like, don't worry, I'll take care of this by doing the thing you absolutely do, that Haoran absolutely positively does not want. Tell me, oh well, now I'm incentivized to tell you all my like little stories and secrets because I don't like where my ranking is, and so being mortified by that. And also, yeah, the whole scene with Gullible Mu and Haoran's like, oh no, how does everyone keep finding out about what's happening. It was like this feeling like you trying to comfort and support, but from Haoran's perspective, it was like they were being manipulated into a corner. I love that. That was probably my highlight of highlights was that. Yeah, the whole obviously Gullible Mu is playing one is like 12 steps ahead of everyone. This is like this name is just like I should have realized that this name was just a misnomer, but I foolishly fell into what this well laid trap that goes. That was great. Uh, and I think my wishes right now is like I do want to interact with Soup after all of this time. Now that Haoran is almost certain that they are betrothed to a criminal who has many criminal associates. So that's definitely one I wish I'm looking forward to. And yeah, and I'm looking forward to using my move to put myself in a danger-prone Daphne situation where I think I'm helping and I stumble into a trap.
It wouldn't surprise
I'm
me if
super hoping I roll low on that. I know I shouldn't roll low, but I was like, part of me is just like, I kind of want to like Snake Eyes that roll for that move. It would be
I
great.
mean, if you don't get anything comforted and supported, I mean, like you're pretty, you don't have a whole lot to roll on, I'm sure, you know. So hey, what the heck, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it could be part of like the resolution, like once you guys theorize. I mean, like maybe if it's next session or whatever, you theorize, and then it's be like, oh, I guess like Howren's walking into a trap as you resolve this thing.
Hmm.
Who knows? We'll
Hmm.
see. I don't know.
Yeah.
It'll be great.
Yeah, if we don't immediately jump into theorize, that theorize will be happening with Haran in the trap.
We'll have to see. We'll have to
Yep,
see.
we'll find out.
We'll find out. Okay.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun as well. Yeah, a lot of things that John already said. I liked so with Michael and Jade. Yeah, I liked how Jade handled Undaunted Zhadang and kind of I liked Undaunted Zhadang suddenly showing up. Jade kind of yeah, I'll handle this kind of thing. I loved yeah, I loved the line um that Michael said, we're here to investigate a murder, but he just wants a date. That was hilarious. As well as
So,
the yeah, who cares about the mystery? Uh, I enjoyed that scene with Jade and Chang, the mud soup and having that as their conflict. And him telling himself, oh, it's okay to be angry when Chang starts talking about Soup the character. Um, uh, Sean, yeah, I loved your interaction with Jade in the beginning and how you try to get their opinion on Soup, uh, kind of get the info. Um, yeah, I wonder if you're gonna take care of Undaunted more permanently or not, since they were kind of a thorn. Um,
mhm.
uh, Yeah, I liked how you that interaction, the scene we had. You're offering the fee for Mu to enter the competition, and
Mhm.
that whole misunderstanding, and you're rolling in her conflict while I'm trying to comfort and support you was great. Um, I'm excited that you're investigating Songbird U. Um, I don't know if you think I'm trying to tell you to assassinate them or not, uh, but that was a cool twist. I liked how you misinterpreted Mu in that whole
Mhm.
scene. Uh, uh, toot, toot, toot. Mm, Mads, yeah, thanks for all the NPC interaction is great. I love the how they just show up to make our lives complicated. Uh I was yeah, oh, I'm glad I'm finally with Riverglass right before we get into a fight. Uh so yeah, I just yes, thank you for winning this. I'm having a lot of fun. Um
Mm.
and the um with a wish, I would like to see a second suspicious death to really, because I think for my character to really get invested, I mean, like, someone killed someone that was hated, so it made sense, and that's really not my responsibility. But if you, yeah, if maybe if it's something more personal to us, I think that will really uh, push us to investigate. So
Yeah, it
yeah,
was more personal for Jade.
yeah,
God.
that's true.
But I mean, I didn't want to disclose anything in the beginning, and I just thought it was so funny that, like, he cottoned on to Yang, and then it was just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, dude. He's gonna die. He was the corpse. Shit, I'm so sorry. Oh,
That was great. Don't be sorry. That was amazing.
just like, I'm sorry, your stand is dead. Shit.
Oh, that reminds me. Being caught by Li Ming spying on somebody.
I mean, that was perfect though. That was
yeah.
I love it when players come up with their own complications and slash solutions, because
Yeah.
you know what's gonna make your character the most uncomfortable, which is brilliant. So I mean, I was sort of on that track anyway, but I'm glad you thought of it, Jonn, and I was on that track anyway when you thought of it for Riverglass Rod. So thank you both. I was just like, oh, everybody's on the same page. This book is brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh God, thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful week. Happy gaming, and then we'll see everybody back at the table, except for Michael, and then we'll see how this complicates life now that Riverglass is back in the picture. Jintong might have some things to say, and then Haoran, you might have some things to say to Soup now that you've met all of his friends. I don't know.
Yep.
No.
So I think talking to Li Ming and talking to Liu Jing are the top things for our run. But wandering into a trap because they think they can solve, because in my mind I'm starting to think that Haoran is like, well, if I'm going to be marrying this person and it's because them solving the mystery, I have to at least make this person solve this mystery. So I'm like, I'm going to solve the mystery because I'm not sure that this criminal person can solve it themselves. But if they are not solving mysteries, then they're just a criminal. And I don't know. It's like, this is like a complicated situation, because you're just like, I have to make this person into the person that my family thinks it is, or else this is a bad marriage.
Oh no. Oh
That's cool.
God. This is
I like
just
that,
even
yeah.
more complicated than we thought. No. Oh, this is great. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
guys. You have a great week. And I'll see you for something else. All right.
All right.
Thank
Take it
you.
easy.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.